If you or someone you know has applied for any jobs on the internet, they need to know about this right now.
FBI says scammers are cashing in on people desperate for flexible work.
Most of us in this industry get them all the time.
Heartbroken?
That's how this man is feeling.
You may have received a scam text message about a job opportunity.
Across the United States, a silent but devastating crime wave is spreading faster than ever before, and it's targeting something more than your time or your attention. It's targeting your bank account, your personal identity, and your trust. Job scams, once a rare annoyance in the corner of the internet, have exploded into a multi-million-dollar criminal industry. Organized scammers, often operating from overseas, are posing as legitimate employers, recruiters, and staffing agencies, luring in unsuspecting job seekers with promises of remote work, high salaries, and flexible hours. But behind the polished job postings and professional-looking profiles lies a web of deceit designed to strip victims of their money, their personal information, and in some cases, even their credit scores. According to the Federal Trade Commission, job scams are at an all-time high, with losses last year alone exceeding $500 million. That's a 76% increase from the previous year, and experts warn that these numbers are only the tip of the iceberg because so many victims are too embarrassed or ashamed to report what happened to them. The lure of the perfect job. It often begins with something so small, so harmless looking that it barely triggers suspicion. You might be scrolling through LinkedIn and see a message from a recruiter who says they came across your profile and think you'd be a perfect fit for a remote position. Or maybe you're browsing Indeed, ZipRecruiter, or even Facebook Marketplace, and you stumble upon a job posting that seems too good to pass up. The description promises work-from-home convenience, generous pay, no experience required, and flexible hours. In a time when remote work has become the norm and financial pressures are higher than ever, these offers seem like a dream come true. But they are carefully engineered bait that plays on hope, ambition, and sometimes desperation. The interview that's not really an interview. Once you respond, the process is designed to feel authentic. The scammer, posing as a recruiter or HR representative, may conduct a short interview over email, a messaging app, or even a brief Zoom call. These interviews are almost always scripted to make you feel confident and successful. There are no challenging questions about your experience, no in-depth discussions about your skills, and no real tests of your qualifications. Instead, the tone is warm, welcoming, and reassuring. You get the feeling that they're genuinely excited to have found you. Within minutes, they offer you the job. No second interview, no reference checks. It's presented as a lucky break, but in reality, it's the opening move in a much darker game. The trap begins to close. After hiring you, the scammer's requests start small but escalate quickly. You may be asked to provide personal information for payroll processing. Your full name, address, date of birth, social security number, and bank account details for direct deposit. They may send you onboarding documents that look legitimate, complete with company logos and professional formatting. In some cases, they'll even send you a check to cover the cost of work-from-home equipment like laptops, printers, or specialized software. But here's the trap. They'll tell you to deposit the check into your account and then send part of that money to a supplier or vendor they work with. The check, of course, is fake. It may clear initially, but within days your bank will discover the fraud, reverse the deposit, and hold you responsible for the full amount you sent out. By then, the scammer is gone, and your money is gone with them. Real victims, real losses. The human cost of these scams is staggering. Sarah, a recent college graduate eager to start her career in marketing, applied for what seemed like a legitimate remote assistant role. After 2 short interviews over email, she was offered the position and told she'd need to pay a $300 training fee before starting. Believing it was a standard onboarding cost, she sent the money. Days later, the recruiter vanished, the email bounced, and Sarah was left with nothing but regret and a warning from her bank.
The evolution of the scam. What makes today's job scams so dangerous is how sophisticated they've become. Years ago, you could spot them by poor grammar, sketchy email addresses, or absurdly high salaries for entry-level positions. But modern scammers are using advanced tactics to appear completely legitimate. They clone real company websites, creating near-perfect copies that look authentic at a glance. They use stolen employee photos and LinkedIn profiles to pose as genuine recruiters. Some are even deploying deepfake technology to conduct video calls using AI-generated faces and voices, making it almost impossible to tell that the person you're speaking with isn't real. Others run paid ads on Google and social media, ensuring their fake job listings appear at the very top of search results, outcompeting legitimate employers. Why people fall for it. The question many people ask after hearing about these scams is, how could anyone fall for this? But the truth is, these scams are designed to bypass logic and appeal directly to emotion. They promise stability in uncertain times, hope in the middle of a difficult job search, and financial relief when bills are piling up. Scammers know that when someone is desperate for income or eager for a new opportunity, they're less likely to scrutinize every detail. And once they've created a sense of urgency, telling you the role will be filled quickly or that you must act fast to secure your spot, it becomes even harder to step back and think critically. Spotting the red flags. Fortunately, there are clear warning signs if you know what to look for. You should be suspicious of any job that hires you without a formal interview, especially if all communication is through text or messaging apps. Requests for upfront payments, whether for equipment, training, or fees, are a major red flag. Legitimate employers never ask for money to hire you. Be wary of companies that use generic email addresses like Gmail or Yahoo instead of a corporate domain. And if a job posting offers unusually high pay for little to no experience, take a step back. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. The numbers behind the crime. The FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center reports that job scams have more than doubled since 2020, with the majority of victims falling between the ages of 25 and 44. These scams are particularly effective against remote job seekers, who often rely on online applications and never meet their employers in person. The financial losses are devastating, but the emotional toll can be just as severe. Victims often experience shame, embarrassment, and a loss of trust in legitimate hiring processes, which can make future job searches even more stressful. What to do if you're targeted. If you suspect you're dealing with a job scam, stop all communication immediately. Do not provide any personal information and do not send money under any circumstances. Report the incident to the Federal Trade Commission through reportfraud.ftec.gov and notify your bank if you've shared account details so they can freeze or monitor your accounts. It's also a good idea to alert others, whether through social media, online job boards, or local community groups, so more people don't fall victim to the same scam. The rise in job scams is a stark reminder that in the digital age, the line between opportunity and danger is razor thin. While technology has made it easier than ever to connect with employers, it has also given scammers powerful new tools to manipulate and deceive. But knowledge is power. By understanding how these scams work, recognizing the warning signs, and sharing this information with others, we can reduce the number of victims and make it harder for scammers to succeed. So stay vigilant, trust your instincts, and remember, the best way to protect your bank account is to question everything, no matter how convincing it seems. And if you think this video was eye-opening, wait until you see the next one.